Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and today guys, I'm very proud to introduce a new sponsor of the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pritter channels. Who am I talking about? WhatShopping.com, WhatShopping.com, WhatShopping.com. Check them out guys, jump online, check out WhatShopping.com. These guys here have been in business since 2017. Worldwide shipping and distribution. Over 10,000 wristwatches in inventory. Stock in hand and 90 plus different brands, new and pre-owned. Now, the good thing about WhatShopping.com, trusted by over 4,000 reviews on Chrono24 and Trustpilot. Your one-stop shop to buy any watch your heart desires. Please guys, check out WhatShopping.com, WhatShopping.com, WhatShopping.com. I'm ArchieLuxury, and check out WhatShopping.com. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury, and today I would like to make the video and talk about luxury cars or wristwatches. And if you don't already know, and how could you not know because I've made so many videos, I recently bought a BMW G20 330i. That's right, I bought a BMW. And it's made me think in this equation, which is life, what's going to give you more joy? Having a watch collection or having a luxury automobile? And I've got to tell you, I'm somebody who always wanted to try the finer things in life. What happened to me is my mother died when I was a teenager, and it always made me think, you know what, life can be very short, and I'd like to try a few really amazing, expensive things. Restaurants, fine wine, fine whiskeys, fine everything. And when I was young, I sold off investments to buy a BMW. I had a BMW E30 318i, which I loved. And then I sold it off. I had a few personal problems, namely divorce and things like that. I got remarried. Financial things weren't so kind to your pontiff, so I couldn't really afford another BMW, so we got a second-hand Alfa Romeo, an Italian luxury car, which proved to be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare, let me tell you that. Don't ever trust those Italian car makers. They will skin you alive. So the big question is, now I got a BMW. I bought a BMW. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. I leased it because I didn't have the money. I leased a BMW 330i, which in America is kind of their entry-level 3 Series. I think the 3 Series, like it's a 4-door executive sedan. It's, you know, a compact sedan. It's a nice size kind of vehicle. It's a bit smaller than the Camry, but it's kind of a, you know, I think it's a good size vehicle. Now, the question is luxury cars or watches. Now, I've owned this vehicle for a couple of weeks, and it's really got me thinking about watches versus luxury cars. Now, at the end of the day, they both cost money. Luxury watches quick wristwatch. Check. I'm wearing a Rolex Milgauss. I'm wearing a Milgauss. These are expensive. They're very expensive. And this is the big thing. The big question is, what would you rather put your money into? A fancy wristwatch, or would you rather buy a fancy automobile? And you know what? I've had a few luxury cars. So what have I had as far as a luxury car goes? I've had a BMW E30 318i. I had an Alfa Romeo 156 Sally Speed. I've got the BMW now. That's the BMW 330i G20. I've had some pseudo luxury. I had the Mazda Miata MX-5. And I had a Honda Accord, the American bodied version, which is kind of a pseudo. They're not really a luxury car like a BMW, but they're pseudo. They're kind of, they're kind of pseudo. They're semi-luxury. And I got to tell you, I've had a number of watches. I love the wristwatches. And I got to tell you, it's interesting. My car taste, I really love modern cars, with warranty. And a lot of the watches I really like, I got to tell you. Yes, I've got some classic Pateks, but the Rolex, they're all kind of current model. They're kind of, I like the sapphire crystal. I like the ceramic bezel. I like the new class, the flip lock class, the new clasp there, the shears, and I like those sort of improvements. So I gotta tell you, cars or watches, now they both cost money. The only difference is with the watches, you buy things like Rolex, Patek, the top brands. You're not usually going to lose money. You're hopefully going to get your money back, if not make some money. With cars, it doesn't matter what sort of car you buy, but you buy it 1 year. If it's not a classic, we're talking modern cars, it's going to be worth less in the future. Especially with a, kind of like a thing like a BMW 3 Series, a 5 Series, a Mercedes C-Class or a Mercedes E-Class. You buy one of those, they're a beautiful car, they cosset you in luxury. And then down the track, they're going to be worth a fraction of what you paid for it. Usually after 5 years, you would be looking at depreciation of at least, you're going to halve your money, if not more. In my BMW's case, it has an agreed value of about 30% of the original price I paid. That's after 5 years. So I got to be totally honest with you, with watches, you're not going to have that. Yes, you may have servicing costs just like with the automobile, but you look after a car, it's still going to be worth less than half after 5 years. With your watches, it would retain, probably keep pace with inflation, if not present a profit. So what do I think? What do I think the answer is? Luxury watches or luxury cars? And let me just tell you an answer. It's not as simple as it seems. It's like a friend, I knew this guy, he was a client of mine who had a Ferrari. And I was talking, I said, oh, so-and-so's got this Ferrari, it's beautiful. And this person said, oh, you could buy a house for the price of that Ferrari. And I said, well, so-and-so has 4 or 5 houses already. And Do you want a sixth house? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when you say that, the type of person who has a Ferrari, they've often got a number. So it's the same thing. Like, you could say, well, a BMW 3 Series, nicely specced out, 50,000 for a new one, a new, when I say new, I mean demonstrator, or, under 2 years old, under 18 months old, demonstrator, or slightly used. You know what? You buy one of those, and the type of person who buys that, they've got a few watches. And what is better? Well, I used to think the cars were a waste of money. I've been burnt. I got my ass kicked on values. But, you know what? Now that I got the BMW, I think a bit of moderation. I think, you know what? I don't want to put all my money into just watches. Just like I don't want to spend every dollar I have just in the automobile. So I think a bit of a fine balance, a bit of both. And I really enjoy going to a place, dressing nicely, with the shirts with no rip collar, nice shirt, nice watch. The wife dresses up a bit, and you go somewhere amazing. Somewhere amazing. That's what I think is really, really cool. And I think it's enjoying the experience. It's like restaurants. If you're really struggling for money, I don't think you should go to a restaurant. Restaurants are expensive. And if you can't order the entree, you can't order the dessert, there's not much point going to the restaurant. Just don't go. If you're going to nickel and dime, don't go. That's not the sort of dining experience it is. Whereas if you're quite well off, I'm not saying to have an orgy of booze and food, but have a beer, have an entree, whatever you like, and enjoy yourself. This is the thing. So I think cars or watches, my answer is a bit of both. A bit of both. And I'd even say some people, it depends. You've got to be a car person. See, if you're not a car person, whether it's you've got a BMW or a Lexus with leather and a nicer stereo, you're probably going to get just as much enjoyment. So it's horses for courses. In my case, I love cars. I love cars. I magazines, read motoring magazines. I love automobiliuses. I do. I love automobiles. So I think for me, the big thing is, enjoy the cars. I love the cars. But for other people, that may not be what floats their boat. And I think it's nice to have a nice car, a nice watch, a nice pen, a nice briefcase. I kind of bought the things I wanted. So that gives me a lot of joy. But that doesn't mean it's right for somebody else. You got to work this out yourself. So watches or cars, I think moderation, a bit of both. You don't want to, I don't think it's fun to have really nice car if you are absolutely skint. You can't afford to drive it or take it out because you've got no money for fuel. You're worried about the repairs. That's not really the way to do it. But if you've got a bit of money, and it's nice to have a few treats. It's funny, with my dad, he's earned damn good money all his life. He's worked very hard. And I kind of said to him, I said, geez, you don't have a lot to show for it. But he did. He's gone overseas a number of times. He's got a nice home. He's had nice cars. He's actually spent his money. He's got some reserve now. he didn't just go completely stingy, not spend a cent, and have a fortune. He's had a bit of both. He's had some moderation. He's lived a good life in moderation. I mean, he didn't buy S-classes or Maseratis, but he's had a BMW. He's had two Mercedes. He's had a string of Hondas. He's had some nice stuff. He's gone overseas. He's traveled premium economy on the plane, not business, not economy, premium economy with the extra leg room. So he's kind of had, I understand where he's coming from. So, guys, that's just how it goes. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you think. Beamers, cars, or watches? I think a bit of both. One thing, extreme is not the answer. Have a bit of both. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you guys think of that. Nice one, Arch. Great bid. Hi, guys. It's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Terrible, is it? Yeah, which one do you want?
So many different things. You can pick.
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon. Look down below, and I will see you in the next one.